Hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning, guys. Just stopping in here real quick. I had a question of if I could make a video on the walking staffs, the Bakulus in Cunha, and the canes and garabatos and stuff like that. But there's a great video out there made by Tata Matamba speaking on this subject, very clear and concise, with pictures and explanations of how did the Congo and the Bakongo Bantu people looked at these staffs and what were their purposes for. 9 days, a lot of, that I could see, a lot of practitioners of Nkisi Malongo, some of them have one staff, some of them have two, some of them have various. But more predominantly, I see that the most have one. And usually that one is charged, and that one they walk with, they take it with them from places to places, or sometimes it's just left at the Munanso. They only use it when, one, either they get mounted and the spirit that mounts them requires that staff. Some of them are short. They look more like a cane in a sense. They just don't have that round part, but they're shorter. Some of them are long, like a staff. From my understanding, even before Nkisi Malongo, knowing, what I know now about the different staffs, of how the Bantu people use them, the purposes for them, there's a lot of names for them, and the majority of them had a purpose of what the person that was actually holding one or was given one or had one, it was for a purpose and a reason. So before all this, I always looked at a person who had a staff as a person that, one, was some type of shepherd, was a shepherd, right? Was a person that was a guide, a shepherd, a guide, a maneuverer, a teacher. If you want to look at, even in biblical sense, when you speak about the majority of these biblical high up people that are speak of in the scriptures, for those who read the scriptures also, you will see that the majority of these people started as sheep herders, as children. And there's a big understanding that they say that sheeps are one of the, I don't want to say the word, but they say they're one of the dumbest animals. Meaning they're real docile, they're really not that smart. So if you was able to maneuver herds of sheep to where you wanted them to go or come, that was a source of training of making you a good ruler, a good teacher, a good maneuverer of people, of sheep. Because even in the scriptures, they call people sheep. You understand? So I always looked at that from that perspective, in the sense of reading the scriptures, that a person who holds a staff was a leader, was a teacher, was a herder, was a navigator of people, So I got that sense of understanding from that. And not only that, I got the understanding also that the people that had these walking sticks were, some were rulers of people, and some were just teachers of people, and people follow them. They looked at them and they reverenced them with high authority because they were being guided by someone who they saw, of high status. And then doing a little bit of research, talking to Tata Matamba, and before that, talking to other Tatas, places that I've been to or heard of and spoke about it. A lot of these understandings, you get them from different lineages and different elders or practitioners, But even in other traditions, there's people who also have sticks, and they use these staffs and these sticks, and you say they call them el bastón de muerto, el palo de muerto, and they usually use these sticks to call upon either the ancestors or call upon the spirit that they're working with. You hear them, they'll hit the ground with it. You'll see they hit the ground with it. Like I said, it's a great video Tata Matamba made. The problem is that, and I'm going to say the problem is because nowadays there's a lot of things that we don't do no more. And I say we, I even include myself in it. Because I know a lot of these traditions and a lot of these Bakulus of all types and for all different reasons, they got to Cuba. You understand? And they used to use them, and they used to implement them, and they used to charge them in different ways and use them for different purposes. And then the ones who had them for certain statuses because they had a status. Some of them had them to record things on it. They had recordings of stuff on it from lineages passed down and all that. But it's been kind of like lost. Like you don't see too many people here these days with a stick, right? A bakulu or something that was given to them by their ancestors or was passed down to them by generation to generations as leaders, as, let's say, kings, as rulers, as teachers. Like you don't see this a lot. Very rare. So we have lost about it. I mean, a lot about it. The main ones that I see is just a tata who has a bakulu walking stick is either charged, the majority of the time is charged, and they take it with them as either a protection or, like I said, to call upon spirits for they could do certain types of ceremonies with it. These are the only sticks that I see these days. I haven't seen too many people that has a stick with a certain treaty for one thing, a stick with another treaty for another thing. Like I really haven't seen it. So I just came here real shortly to speak about it. Check out Tata Matamba's video. He speaks about the Bakulus and how the Bantu and Congos seen them and used them and what were they implemented for, and a whole bunch of other goodies he has in his video. Very short. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Have a great day. Be safe, guys. Just making the donuts. Thumb up the video for the algorithm, please.